So we're here with David and Vetya Shearer down in Auckland. They have kindly offered to share their story for the 2015 Northland Rescue Chopper Appeal. In 2006 they were unfortunately involved in a double fatal at Te Hana, and all these years later they now holiday in the north, and David and Vetya are going to tell us their story. David, 2006, you were cruising with the family. Tell us what happened.
Well, we were going up north with our full family, 2 kids. Vetya was and his sister were in the back with my mother-in-law, and my wife and I were in the front seat. Car came around the corner out of control, and we hit it bang smack in the middle. Really hit hard. And unfortunately, my mother-in-law died at the spot. She was basically damaged by the lap belt. And the 2 kids had broken bones. We weren't quite sure how serious. We just had some bruising. So we were there on the side of the road. The ambulance came. The ambulance decided to call in the chopper, and we were really pleased to see it arrive. We didn't know what sort of state our kids were in at that stage, and they took us over to the chopper, landed a couple of 100 metres away, and put us on. And within, I don't know, it seemed like a couple of minutes, we were in Auckland Hospital and being wheeled straight into emergency, and so my mother-in-law died at the scene. But we've got a lot to be thankful for getting our kids to hospital in that sort of time.
Vetya, what do you remember of it? How old were you at the time?
2006, I would have been 9. And I just basically remember that after the crash, I'd been asleep. I woke up and Dad told me to get out of the car because we'd been in an accident. And I remember getting out and sort of holding my left arm and not really knowing why. And so then I sort of crossed the road barrier and lay down, and there were some firefighters there. And then when the chopper came, they took me over to the chopper and put me in next to someone from the other car. And they put some headphones on me and sort of kept talking to me to make sure I was awake, and asked me if there was any pain. It was a very short journey, and I just sort of lay there thinking about what had happened and all that sort of stuff. And the other person wasn't talking much, so I assumed they were very seriously injured. And afterwards, when we landed, I was whisked out of the helicopter and had ice sprayed onto my shoulder, and that was quite quick.
David, you're in the heat of politics. You've had some pretty challenging times. I mean, how does the trauma of an accident like this compare?
Oh, look, it's on a different level because it's your family, that's the thing that you hold most dear to you. So, seeing your family there, and in a sense, as somebody who's involved in the accident and you're standing there, you realise how helpless you are and how much you depend on other people. And you just hope that help's going to be as good as it's going to get, because, nothing's good enough for your family. We every now and then you sort of replay it back in your head. I mean, I think after the accident it was every few hours, and then it sort of gets further and further away. But I think, as Vetya says, when you see another accident report, or you see, in the paper a smash or something, you think, we were part of that. And I always thought it happened to somebody else. It didn't happen to me, and here we were. It did happen to me, and when it happens to you, you just want to know that you've got people there to help you out.
We look at the Northland Rescue Chopper. It's a charitable entity. They survive on donations. But I think possibly the thing people don't realise is that it's not just there for Northlanders. I mean, this is for every Kiwi, every visitor to New Zealand who happens to be in the region.
These guys do extraordinary things on a shoestring budget. My argument would be that they should be getting a lot more than they're getting, but they rely on donations. And I just think it's like paying your insurance on your house. You just put a little bit of money into the Northland helicopter, and it's there for you when you need it.